In our session today, a client asked me, how come I keep falling for people who can't even meet me halfway? When someone keeps choosing partners who can't fully show up, it's usually not about bad luck or even poor judgment. It's about familiarity. Somewhere along the way, and often it goes back to our childhood, you may have learned that love is something that you earn, that closeness comes with how much you can do, or some form of conditions, that you have to work hard for connection, or that being honest about your feelings somehow isn't safe. You might want a relationship that feels balanced and steady, but deep down, your body still thinks it has to chase love or prove your worth or really hustle for that kind of connection. And here's the thing, those patterns can shift, they honestly can, in the moment you start noticing them and letting yourself actually feel what's going on when you move into that over-functioning or over-giving. Because once you see it, you can change it. When you get curious about the deeper imprint underneath your relationship choices, something can begin to shift. You stop chasing love that somehow feels out of reach, and you start making space for the kind of love that meets you where you are, that has the ability to see all of the amazing aspects that you're bringing to the table, just in naturally being you, to start to love the parts of you that weren't met as that young child, to give compassion and understanding to the part of you that overreaches and overfunctions and hustles to find that belonging and to find that fit. The first shift is really owning it and living it from inside first, before we bring in another character into the mix that tests that part of us. So instead of writing off love for good, know that this pattern comes from somewhere and it can be shifted and it can change. That's the very work that I dove into with this client, understanding more of where she learned that about love. Maybe most importantly, where it sits in the body. Because if we only understand it at the level of the mind, we might really get why we give ourselves away for connection, but it doesn't mean that we won't do that in the next relationship or the next friendship. And so the shift has to be inside the body, has to be a part of us so that we can bring it out into our relationships. Think of them like our testing ground. But the first shift is one that originates inside of our own heart, inside of our own body. And so including somatic work inside of what we understand about ourselves, that's the true game changer.